Welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Philadelphia Union versus Toronto FC, MLS 2025, Week 25. MLS is back. Again. So, we're back to watching TFC football. It was a good week and a half of not watching games of theirs. It's not like the freaking Gold Cup, Club World Cup time where they weren't playing at all. Hopefully, Djordje Mihailovic makes this entertaining because he is playing and starting his debut with TFC. Nice. But we're playing top of the table Philadelphia Union, so that's probably not going to end well at Subaru Park. And we all know how hellish that stadium's been for us for the past 5 years. Every time we've went there for the past 5 years, it seems we got our asses whipped ever since 2020. So, this could be ugly. I don't expect much. I don't. Starting 11s are as follows. For the Philadelphia Union, we have Andre Blake. The back four, Nathan Harriel. We have Ulwethu, Makanya, Jakob Glesnes, Kai Wagner, Indiana Vasilev, Danley Jean-Jacques, Jesus Bueno, Quinn Sullivan. Yes, Bruno Damiani, Ty Baribo for Philadelphia. For Toronto, we have Luka Gavrin. Sean Johnson's out with a concussion, but we'll see how that goes. Back four, Richie Larea, Kevin Long, Sigurd Rosted, Raul Petretta. The midfield three of Davy Flores, Jonathan Osorio, Alonso Coelho. And the front three of Theo Corbianu, Ulla Brynhildsen, and Djordje Mihailovic. How we doing, Jimmy? How we doing, Dillon? How we doing, Henry? How we doing? Let's see if Djordje Mihailovic can change our recent form at Subaru Park. Probably not. It hasn't been pretty there for a good long while. It ain't going to be pretty. Ready to be unimpressed. Well, they're playing at Subaru Park, so yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, look, Matt Turner's making his return to New England and starting. Good for him. I mean, they got him, so of course they would, but, you know. Playing DC. Well, he's going to get a good start. I say 3-0. For Philly, that's probably a good call, but I'd say part of me wants to go higher. Part of me wants to go like 5-0. But we'll get going soon. We have our starting 11s. Only stream to go here, or only stream today. And for the whole weekend, we're off Sunday, we're off Monday. I'll be back Tuesday, so a couple of days off don't hurt. I'll say that much. Malik Henry got a first-team contract. I'm happy for him. Well, I mean, we do need a number 10. I mean, it's something we know we needed no matter what. It's not like we got a DP center back when nobody does that, one. Second of all, we don't know exactly how we want our center backs to play. Do we want a slow center back, or do we want somebody who's more tactically able and fast? We need a number 10. And there's really not many versions of number 10 left in this world. It's just number 10. And we needed that. So I get your point, but on the other hand, unless you just want to say, no, we're not playing a number 10, which doesn't work. I'm sorry. I don't care how football looks nowadays. You need people to be creative, not be a system baby. So do that what you will. I told you, Marcel, there's two ways this goes. They either keep on this path and they don't make the playoffs, which means they don't go to Leagues Cup, or they, well, somebody say the line, and they make the playoffs and then win MLS Cup. They make enough points to go 7th place in the East, but they go from there and win MLS Cup. It's either or. You're not going to see us in Leagues Cup either way. Either they stay on this current path and they don't make the playoffs, so they don't make Leagues Cup, or they say the line and they do make it, then win MLS Cup, because anything less is embarrassing. I'd rather have CCL anyway, but, you know, that's just my opinion. But what if you don't? Miami's going to choke anyway. They always do. Miami chokes anyway. They always do. MLS is a weird league anyway. So do with that what you will. Either way, it's not going to happen. More likely to not make the playoffs kind. But either way, more likely to not make the playoffs kind. But do with that what you will. Mihalovic is still in 26. Starting 11, Blake for Philly. Wagner, Macania, Glesnes, Harriel, Jean-Jacques Bueno, Vasilev, Sullivan, Baribo, and Damiani. Wait, are they doing a 4-2-2-2? Carnell, you crazy man. I don't even know if he did that with St. Louis. Might just work. Gavrin for Toronto FC. Probably will work. Petretta, Long, Rolstead. Oh, we're going with a 3-back. Oh, okay. Corbianu, Coelho, Flores, Osorio, Larea. And then the front two, Brynhildsen and Mihalovic. We're going with a midfield 5 against... Okay. Okay. Score predictions. 4-0 Philadelphia. I mean, they're at the top of the table. Player to watch, Danley Jean-Jacques for Philly. He's solidly good. He's been solidly good. Very underrated, I have to say. Well, definitely the highlights they chose don't really help him. I'll say that much. Player to watch for Toronto, Jordi Mihalovic. Duh. 9 goals in 24 games. Yeah, I'm surprised he went as low as he did, but Cleveland might have actually got lucked out for once. I don't know if they deserve it, but they might have lucked out for once. 2-0 Toronto. Okay. Nice to see Gavron at least, despite the head injury to Johnson. TFC have the pleasure of facing a well-rested Columbus next week and possibly the debut of Wessam Abu Ali. Well, yeah, no, we're going... Here's the bad part. This is already going to be bad, and then we have to play Columbus. If we somehow screw around and get like 4 points, 3 or 4 points over the next 2 games, I'm going to be shocked. Hell, even 2. But especially what? 3 or 4, if not all 6. Again, in this current format, all 6 points, 3, 4, 6, crazy. But that'll be interesting. I'm going to say over-under at 5. I'm put over-under at 5. Considering we only have, 9 games left? One every other game. Over-under. Do I have anything Sunday? Toronto plays Saturday. Wait. Or do they play Sunday? What day? I mean, I'm not going live for it, but I might watch it, yeah. Depending on when. Toronto plays Saturday of next week, 6:30. Sunday on the 24th. That's what I was thinking of, yeah. Okay. $3 p.m. Wrexham. Like, I mean, I want to see both Birmingham and Wrexham go up. Wrexham because I love their story. Birmingham because Tom Brady owns them. Or is part owner of them. It's funny, though. Tom Brady said the same exact shit about Wayne Rooney that I have been. It's like he knows. I'm actually surprised Brady knows as much as he does. That was like instantly after he got into the team. Don't take this the wrong way, but I definitely have a new respect for Tom Brady after that. It's like, I mean, it's not hard to figure out that Wayne Rooney's a horrible manager and the dude has he may know tactics, but he has no way to motivate people because the dude's more boring than watching paint dry. And the dude has a room temperature IQ, if not a freezing point IQ. No, yeah, freezing point IQ. It ain't even room temperature. It ain't even room temperature. So, and it might be in Celsius as well. And his freezing point IQ might be in Celsius as well, not just Fahrenheit. It's certainly freezing point in Fahrenheit. Now the question is it freezing in Celsius? It might be. It might be. What did Kyrie do to you? %12.3% winning probability for Toronto, 69.2 for Philly. If I wasn't rooting for Toronto, I'd say that's nice. Tori Penso, the center ref. Okay. Oh. And then after he's doing that, tomorrow he drives the safety car for the IndyCar Grand Prix in Portland. where he's going to be in front of Pato Award. Would have been Christian Lundgaard, but he got a grid penalty. Here we go. Game about to start. Yeah, no joke. Maxime Crepeau is going to drive the safety car to set him off at the Portland Grand Prix. I find that cool. Very cool. It's not like he's getting into an Indy car. It's going to be a regular old car because the safety car is a regular old car. Well, I think it is. At least it is an F1. Indy car is not too different. There are differences, but it's not too different. Throw in. Seven. I'll set this over under at 7. Probably go over. And we're off 0-0. 7. Just like his jersey number. 7. I like it. We needed a number 10. Jordy Mihailovic is a very good MLS player. He's young enough to be part of the resurgence without having to. He won't be too old when this team is good again, so to speak, if he stays in MLS. He's only 26. 2 minutes in. 0-0. So I like it, yeah. Now, I'm more pissed off at America or the referees in that match. That red card should have never have happened. That red card should have never have happened. They're both yellows. It was a second yellow, but either yellow really shouldn't have happened. Especially the second one. I feel like Portland got screwed by the refs. The fact that they held on was crazy, though, for the most part, to get the penalties. America was on them like white on rice as soon as, well, even before. They got the goal, then 20 minutes in, they got on them like white on rice. But the refs definitely helped. They could have done better defensively, especially on set pieces, but America played like that game actually mattered. Which arguably you could say it does, because a big MLS or big Liga MX team should not be getting goleated by MLS teams, and they shouldn't be losing no matter where they are. For the brand, of course. But, 3 minutes in. Plays it backwards. Coelho. Larrea. Brought down. Well, if Portland would have won, either way, I don't think they would have faced Toluca. If I got the math correct, at least. And it's 1-0 Philly. Well, here you go already. 1-0. And Indiana Vasilev scored. The former St. Louis man gets it for Philly, and it's 1-0. Ball crossed over. Larrea. And his bounce back leads to a play forward. And Philly gets to reset. And they quickly Sullivan, Baribo, and he's already there. All he had to do was run, and boom. Man, Baribo plays it on to Vasilev, and Vasilev, all he had to do was run. 1-0 Philadelphia. Horrible play. Well, it's going to be ugly. Can't say I expected much else. That defense is horrible. Dude, it's Toronto FC. Why are you surprised? I mean, Cincinnati ain't good. Montreal's rightfully angry. I'm not calling them crybabies. They care. Cincinnati ain't good. I don't like Cincinnati. Seattle's ain't great. I'd say Cincinnati, personally. Over the top. Personally, I'd say Cincinnati. Corbianu loses it. I'd say Cincinnati. Miami is a bit unbearable. But I don't know how many of those fans are going to stay when Messi leaves. So I'll say Cincinnati. I feel like Cincinnati loves to cry about things. I feel like Cincinnati loves to cry about things. Free kick or throw in for Philly. Throw in. Philly has it. Good clearance. Right back to Andre Blake. If the goal was his fault, I mean, come on now. The goal wasn't even his fault. Graham doesn't even want him here. Dillon. Do you not remember Graham saying he wishes the team would have just blown it up instead of just trying to basically blow it up and then get the guys, which I think we've kind of already done, but, you know, I don't know how you can look at what this team's done since mostly the winter, especially since the Italians are gone. I mean, they're kind of blowing it. I guess he's basically saying don't blow it up and then also add simultaneously, but which is kind of what they're doing. But again, if you don't trust Fraser and Hernandez, I agree. They don't have the answers. They don't have the answers. I agree with you. There's only one person who has the answers. And he certainly as hell ain't working in the front office or managing this team. But, you know, that's life, ain't it? That's life, ain't it? I don't think they know their head from their own ass, personally. You want me to be real? I don't think Keith Pelly knows his own head from his own ass. I don't think Fraser knows his own head from his own ass. I don't think Hernandez does either. I don't. They don't know shit. They don't know shit from Sean. I'm sorry, but it's true. They don't know shit from Sean. And I like Jordy. I'm not going after him. He doesn't deserve. I can understand being mad at the front office. I agree with you on that end. I'm not mad, but being mad at Jordy because the front office made the move is a little bit harsh when he wasn't even at fault for that first goal. You know, be mad at the front office all you want. Be mad at the... I don't think it worked. To be honest, I don't even think it worked. People are still pissed. Rightfully so. Making signings doesn't stop pissing people off. You know what stops pissing people off? Winning. Punched away. See, you start winning, even if you don't make the playoffs, you win what? Most of your last 9? You win most of your last 9? 5, 6 out of 9? Even if you don't make the playoffs, then people will be like, okay, there's something to build on here. Horrible first half, but there's something to build on here. Even showing fight doesn't change anything, which they have been. I'd say most of this year, especially even before the Italians left, but especially when they weren't on the pitch, especially when Insigne wasn't on, they shown fight. That's not good enough, though. Cross over the bar. It's not good enough, though. And the bad part is the defense, they've been solid except for one moment a night or 2 moments a night for most nights. At least they had it early. What I hate the most is I don't think it's working. Well, that's when they were good. Remember when they were like 3rd to Shield standings and they were challenging Toronto for a damn good amount of 2017? Man, it sucks how the Fire went the next 8 years. Like, I remember, 2017 was crazy. Toronto and Chicago, for most of the season, were basically fighting for the Shield. And then Toronto won. But I did not expect that one bit going in. Not the Toronto Shield run, but I didn't expect Chicago to be their biggest opponent. That's not what I expected going in. I expected Red Bull. NYCFC, that's what I expected. Columbus, I expected them more in Chicago. Acom, oh man. David Acom, dude. I haven't heard that name in ages. Shit. I haven't heard that name in ages. I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what he's doing now. Streets won't forget David Acom. Katai, oh, don't. Oh, yeah, I remember how it ended at LA for him. Dude got shit canned because of his wife. It wasn't even his fault. If I remember correctly, Katai got shit canned from the Galaxy because of his wife. Did he? Did he stand on 10 toes down with her? I don't remember that exactly. Maybe I'm wrong, but if he stood 10 toes down with her, okay, I'm fine with them shit canning him. But I feel like they just, if I remember correctly, they just shit canned him because of his wife. It was 2020, though. So, you know, wrong time, wrong place. Wrong time, wrong place is all I'm saying. If it happened now, would he have? I know it's MLS, but would they have shit canned him for his wife if it happened now? Unless he said, probably not. 2020 was nuts. Either way. He was a good player, though. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if he stood 10 toes down with her, I understand it more, but that's not exactly how I remember it going down. I don't know. That's enough about that. I'm putting my toes on a line I probably shouldn't be stepping on, so I'll leave that one alone there. I'm putting my toes on a line I probably shouldn't be stepping on, but either way. What's the worst football take you ever heard? Ooh. Oh, damn. Holy shit. I'm trying to find the worst one. There's so many I've heard. I'm trying to think of them all and then, find the worst one. Man, Irish Guys had some bad ones. I love his channel, but Irish Guys had some bad ones. Chelsea finishing 15th. I think he said that last year that Chelsea were going to finish 15th or something like that. Not relegated, but close. They were going to be like Tottenham. He was wrong. That was probably the worst I've heard. Now, in the moment, I didn't even think Chelsea would finish 15th. Yeah, we'll go with that. Irish guy saying Chelsea would finish 15th before last year's Prem season. No. I didn't even think that would happen. Now, I didn't think they'd be in the top 4. I thought they'd win the Conference League no matter what. No matter how bad they were, even if they finished like 10th. I didn't think they'd win the Club World Cup, though. Even going in after the Conference League and finishing 4th, I'm like, they're not winning the Club World Cup. And then they do what they did. Thank God that Flamengo game went the way it did. Crossing in, header. It gave us the easy way to get there. But, yeah, no. I didn't think Chelsea would finish 15th last year. I thought about 7th. I thought about 7th or 8th. I didn't even think 10th. I thought about 7th or 8th. That's where I thought they'd be. 15th, I thought was crazy. I thought that was crazy. Gavin blew the first goal. It was more of a defense. I mean, yeah. He did, but the defense was all on this side of the pitch. They were like all on this side. Like, hold on. They just went here. Like there was nobody on the side Vasilev was running. Nobody. They had to catch up to him. He was all alone. All they had to do was find the pass. Baribo did that. And then he pushed forward into open space where nobody was because they were all on the other side of the pitch for some reason. I blame the defensive line before I blame Luka. You want to save there, but again, did the chicken come before the egg or did the egg come before the chicken, so to speak? I mean, you can't leave a whole side of the field just open and green. You can't do that. You can't. For a guy like Indiana Vasilev, I know how good he is. I've seen him play a whole hell of a lot. You can't do that. Even a player who's a loser, you can't do that. But Indiana Vasilev, do you realize how good he is? I mean, I blame the defense, honestly. Yeah, Brynhildsen just ain't that guy. I agree. And they're still starting him. Like, and that's why I'm worried. I think he has a purchase option. That's the problem. He makes a run. Here comes Mihailovic. And he got caught up to by Glesnes. But, yeah, the problem is that man has a purchase option, and they're still playing him. Like, no. I'm not saying Charlie Sharp's the answer. No, that dude, I'm glad he's loaned out. He needed some more time at the USL Championship level for sure. But we should have just been playing DeAndre. Unless I don't think he's hurt. God only knows with this team. But God only knows. But if it was me, I'd rather be playing DeAndre at this point. That just shows you, like, every year that happens for, like, what, the past 4 years? Yeah. That just shows you where we are, aren't we? I mean, I like DeAndre, but, like, the dude's, only scored, 5 goals? Highest year. It's like, even him. The fact that's good, though, is just crazy. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace at 5th is a shout. I have Chelsea above Arsenal. I think Arsenal's going to finish 4th. 5th, Villa. Aston Villa 5th. Chelsea 3rd. I want more, but 3rd. City 2nd, Liverpool 1st. Looking at this TFC defense, Columbus should feast next week. I mean, as I said, though, when it comes to this TFC defense, it's not like they're bad. It's just they make mistakes. They break every so often. Like, as I've said, now Columbus might just be so high octane that it doesn't matter. But you would think Philadelphia would show that too, that they're so high octane it doesn't matter. There have been some of those teams where they're just so high octane it doesn't matter if our defense looks solid or not. That's normally when we hold more than a goal a game. But Philly hasn't shown that yet, weirdly enough. 1-0. I expected them to. I'm surprised it's still 1-0 at this point. Do you think João Pedro's going to be a star? Yes. João Pedro's that dude. João Pedro is that dude. It ain't the lap, it's João Pedro. It's funny because I was like, well, you know what? Chelsea's going to get their guy as a starter. It wasn't Liam Delap, though. It was João Pedro. Throw in. That is cool. That is cool. Damn, small world, but that's cool. He has. Ever since he's gotten to Chelsea, he's scored every game with them. Can't argue with those results, can you? I can't argue with them. And that should be a free kick the other way. I can't argue with those results. I can't. Playing forward, 25th minute. Oh, congratulations to your daughter. Congratulations. My gift is congratulations and prayers and happy wishes to her and her family, her and her husband. I wish them all the best. That's my gift. I'm sure you don't need another stand mixer. I'm sure you don't. Playing forward. Or a crock pot. Sure you don't need that. 26 minute. I'm sure you don't need another crock pot or a stand mixer or a new set of towels or whatever. What about a cheese board? I don't know. Omaha steaks, maybe? They're not even that good. Omaha steaks, maybe? They're not even that good. Omaha steaks aren't even that good of quality, to be honest. I have a high level of what I want a steak to be. But Walmart steaks are just fine for you. They have some good steaks at Walmart, though. They actually do. Like, they actually do. I have to give them credit there. I don't like Walmart. I'll have a, well, I mean, you still go there because it's really all you, it's really the only choice, but you know, even if you don't like it, but they do have some good steaks though. They have some good steaks there. If you know where to look. Like, if you know what to look for, they have some good steaks. They do. Now. Cross in, header. Or you could go to a more local store and go to the butcher, and they have some pretty good steaks as well. I mean, if you know how to cook them, you have to know how to cook them, but, you know. Playing forward. That was a, okay. That was, what was it called? Whatever. But I will say, homemade steaks, there aren't many restaurants that could do steaks better than the steaks we make at home. That is true, actually. I mean, I don't know why. After seeing how Tyreek George played, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I wish Tyreek George would get the minutes that they want to give Garnacho. Looks like they're going to check this. .29th minute. I mean, that was away from the ball, so you can't really exactly call that anything but a yellow card. Where does Palmer play if we got Javi Simons? For some reason, to me, it seems to me like they like to play Palmer on the wing more than 10. I don't get it why Mareshka's that way, but we won the Club World Cup, so it doesn't matter. Palmer was playing the 10 most of that tournament, though. I wish he played the 10, but Mareshka loves plugging him anywhere he can, really. Depth. I mean, I like Garnacho, but Tyreek George seems to be better. Coelho's only had 15 passes through 30 minutes. Yeah, that shows you how bad Toronto's been. Playing forward, nice play. Oso. Brynhildsen. And he just body checked Glesnes. The big Ferris wheel is back. The big Ferris wheel behind the south end. Behind the south end, yes. Behind the south end of the stadium, the big Ferris wheel's back. That's good news. Have a good funnel cake. How about you go ride the Tilt-A-Whirl and have a good funnel cake? Preferably within about 30, well, if you do the Tilt-A-Whirl, then give your stomach a chance to settle, then get the funnel cake. But that's just my advice. That's just my advice. My advice. Don't do it 30 minutes before and don't do it 30 minutes after. That's my advice. My advice. I don't know, but they don't deserve to be in the quarterfinals anyway. They just proved it already. They didn't even have to play Seattle to prove it. They already proved it. They're just going to get goalieted again by Seattle, which I'm not surprised. Huh. Yeah, but yeah. Da-da-da-da. I mean, they better win a trophy with St. Maximin. They better. Don't know exactly which one. Huh. "34th minute. Oh, the Steelers scored a touchdown. Nice. Oh, they have 34 minutes ago. They did have the lead on the Jaguars. They did. "35th minute. The Patriots won. I know. I watched at least the last quarter of that game. Oh, the Steelers are winning by a point at the 2-minute warning of the first half. Lovely. How much did Rodgers play? Not a minute. Okay. No, he did not. 35th minute. Okay, well, that's fine then, I guess. Yeah, but he also ran in a touchdown, so he's not as bad as you think. But that, what's his name? That third string guy, he's good. He's really good. Hold on. Who was it again? What was his name again? Kind of old-timey. What was his name? Woolridge. Yeah, Woolridge. Ben Woolridge. He was good. He was good. Very good. Ben Woolridge, he was very good. Josh Dobbs looked like he did okay. Ben Woolridge, though, yeah, he good. That kid is good. I'm not saying he's going to be the starter, but he might just be the backup over Dobbs. That kid was smooth. Well, hold on. Shit, he's the same age as me. That dude was smooth. There we go. Well, then again. Yeah. Ramondre, Henderson. Oh, Josh Dobbs got a rushing touchdown too. Nice. Throw in for TFC. You know what? Yeah. I don't know, but I think the Patriots are back. I think we're back. I'm thinking we're back. At least it's going to be fun to watch them suck if they suck. Which I guess that's all I can ask for. But either way, no. No. Iran? Possibly. Mexico? No. Why do the Browns have so many quarterbacks? Cleveland has so many quarterbacks because they don't know what to do with quarterbacks. Hey, it's Cleveland. They might actually do that. Hey, it's Cleveland. They might actually do that if they get desperate enough. Can you throw a ball over the mountains? Can you throw a ball over the mountains? They might just need you if they get desperate enough. Corbianu. They might have to call McLeod Bethel Thompson. That's how desperate they'll be. I know Argo's joke. I know. Yeah, no. There's been no Aaron Rodgers sightings for the Steelers during their preseason game. So, corner for Mihailovic. I mean, Colwell getting hurt's not good. Yeah, but they have Hato, so we'll see. We'll see in January. Scotty Miller's still playing for the Steelers. Nice. And he had 43 yards, 3 receptions. Aye. Corner, Mihailovic, cross in, header. Flores doesn't get the header, but Toronto still has it alive. 1-0, 40th minute. Mihailovic, Crosses it through, and Brynhildsen lost the ball, but it's a corner. That's Jesus. At least we're attacking more than usual. Well, I mean, we should, considering we're down. Headed away. At least they're trying, though. That's the good news. Seems to me like having a number 10 actually is something they needed. Seems to me having a number 10 at least makes them less feckless when they're down. I don't know. Again, I come from the mind of the front office sucks, but we're not taking it out on somebody who they probably jumped the gun to get. We're not going to do that. Montreal just scored. Shit. See what that puts them on. Oh, they're going to be tied with us on points. But hey, at least their goal differential shit. I do think we're less feckless while being down, which is good. Travion Henderson should be the starter for the Patriots at running back. I love Ramondre. I think he's good, but Travion Henderson is better. He's just that dude. He's that bruising running back, sort of like a Derrick Henry that Mike Vrabel needs. I mean, he's no Derrick Henry, but he's close. He's a good imitation. And Mike Vrabel loves that type of running back that can bruise like a Derrick Henry. I think we have him. Ramondre can't really do that. He's not a bad running back per se, but he ain't even close to Derrick Henry. I think Henderson's that guy, especially for Vrabel. I think so. But that's just my opinion. Shador, then Woolridge. As long as TFC don't sign crap players. Yeah. Exactly. Dude shifty. I'm seeing a gnat, so just bear with me. I'm seeing a gnat flying around, so just bear with me. Sealy from Montreal. Sealy. Well, how can you be a Nepo baby when you're somebody's wife? Like, aren't her and Chris Penso married? Aren't they husband and wife? How are you a Nepo baby then? Like, I don't think being married to somebody who's also in the same profession as you at the same level as being a Nepo baby. Just because you have the same last name, she wasn't born with that last name. You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel like this is towing a line? Either way. Even though I'm defending her, actually. Even though I think I'm defending her. But either way. That's what seems to me. But seriously, though, how... Yes. Well, I guess since they got Son, LA, I guess they don't need Griezmann anymore. I still have an open DP spot, but doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Badly enough. The bad thing is Mihailovic don't have friends like Geriatric Suarez and all the like. Free kick. I hope that what's about Griezmann. I hope that's what that's about. In the Conference League, if we're going all comps because of the Conference League, wait. Wait. Force is actually in the Europa League. You know what? Even then, yeah. Because there's no drop backs, they should still get pretty deep. All comps, yes. Prem-wise, if we're just counting the Prem, it's going to be tight. Probably because of Europa League. But all comps, yes. Even with it being the Europa League instead of conference, yeah. I know. 45th minute, +2 stoppage time. All comps, I think he can. What the hell? Oh. GPT with Chrome, no. Damn good striker. He is. Save. That's going to go wide. Like, I wish he was good, but not obviously good. Like, we could just somehow steal him from Europe. That's not happening. That's not happening is my point. I wish, but no. 46th minute. Do you think Monterrey would be more unstoppable if they get Griezmann? The sad part is no. They'll just keep choking. They'll get another good player and choke. Get another good player and choke. Get another good player, choke. Get another good player, choke. As normal, 47th minute. No, because if a food spills and I eat a lot of food, it's my fault. Either way, Toronto won't drop any places as long as Atlanta keeps losing and Montreal, as long as they don't win by 16 or some shit. 1-0 Philly at the half. We are trash. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. 1-0 at the half. I mean, Toronto definitely tried to attack after going down for once. So that's good. But we'll see how things go. They definitely got better as the first half grew. I would agree with that to a certain extent. Yeah, but we'll take a short break, be back for the stats of the half, all that stuff. Sit tight. 1-0. I haven't watched it yet. From the things I've seen, it's like the show that it hasn't really changed much. I've heard the new Khan's voice. I like Ronnie Chang. I don't think he did Khan's voice right. I do believe that Dale, Johnny Hardwick, doing Dale's voice actually sounds more like a fake Dale voice than Toby Huss, who replaced Johnny Hardwick because Johnny Hardwick died. Toby Huss sounds like the old, like 14 years ago, Johnny Hardwick. Like, honestly, that's kind of crazy, but from what I've seen. But looks like a damn good show. I got to watch it completely this season. I think they did well with Bobby. Him being a chef. I think they did well with that. I think from what I've seen, the show stayed pretty faithful to what it was. I think they did some good things with the characters as they got older. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it all comes together watching the whole thing. So there's that. Happy Gilmore 2 and Unreal. So, yeah. But with that being said, stats the half, 49% possession to 51% possession, 3 shots at 3, 1 shot on goal to 1, 145 accurate passes, 75% accurate passes, pass accuracy, 148 accurate passes, 73% pass accuracy, 9 fouls at 3, 2 corners at 3. We have 194 passes, 203, 75% pass accuracy to 73, 13 throws and 9, 0 offside to 0. We have 3 shots at 3, 1 shot on goal to 1, 1 yellow card to 0, 0 red card to 0, 1-0. Toronto definitely let the defense break early, but I think they've gotten better throughout the rest of the game. I think they've gotten stronger. They have played well forward-wise. Jordy is starting to show some of his creation. I think he's okay. I wouldn't blame him for any of the problems. I think he's done okay. He's shown some creativity. This team looks less feckless while being down, probably because he's a creative player and a number 10, which is what we needed. So I think the reason we look a little bit better, even though we're down, is because he's here. So far, not totally like perfect, but good. I don't like to call it handcuffing. I don't, because he's a talented MLS player. He's a talented number 10, a talented creative player, which is something this team needs. To me, that's not handcuffing the team. Getting a player who wouldn't fit a system of the next manager or the next GM is handcuffing the team. But you can't really, unless he's just a really bad number 10 for us, which we won't know that till deeper into the time if there is a new management, with the way it should go at least. 9 games ain't going to tell you if he's a bad number 10 for this team or if he's a bad player for this team. I mean, that's pretty much it for you, really. (16-9). Wait. 14-9 at halftime for the Steelers. 14-9. What happened in the last 2 minutes? What the hell? Either way, I get your point, but again, I don't feel like that's handicapping or handcuffing to an extent. We're waiting for the second half to start. 70-yard field goal for Cam Little to make it 14-9 versus the Steelers. Okay, that's awesome. 70-yard field goal. Jesus. Why does his name sound familiar? Cam Little. Why does that name sound familiar? Did he? Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas. Okay, yep. No, he played for Arkansas. He played for Arkansas. That's why. Yeah, okay. All right. Second half. That's why his name's familiar. He played for Arkansas. Here we go. Second half to start. 1-0 for Philadelphia. Can Toronto punch back? 70-yard field goal. Jesus. Yeah, I'm happy Cena turned face. I'm not happy he lost the belt. I'm also not happy that he has to waste one of his matches on his farewell tour with Logan Paul. But he tagged with Logan. Yeah, I didn't ask for him to wrestle Logan, though. Like what? Brock don't want to go to France? I'd rather see him wrestle Brock than Logan. So that's basically telling me there's no fucking way, pardon my French, that AJ and Cena's going to wrestle in Perth. Either Cena wins the IC belt or faces AJ for the IC belt in Perth, and then it's Survivor Series, it's Cena versus Brock, non-title, because they're not going to put the IC title on Brock, and really, they have no reason to. So I guess what? Cena has some IC title open challenges if he does beat AJ, if they go that way, while he's feuding with Brock. So he has some defenses, and then he defends the title on his final match and drops that there. I mean, come on. It's not, no, I respect with Logan Paul that he is good at wrestling. He's an amazing in-ring performer. He's a piece of shit person. Like, he's a good heel because he is a piece of shit. He ain't acting. But no, he is an amazing in-ring performer. I will admit that 100%. Doesn't mean I want to see him. Especially against John Cena. Logan and John have no history but that tag match. I was expecting people John had history with. Brock, AJ, Ray, Miz. You already had Orton, already had R-Truth. Maybe Sami Zayn thrown in there just for the fun of it. I don't know. Well, they do have history together. But either way, it's more the fact there's no history there. Like, and it makes me worried they're going to have Cena lose to Logan Paul. I don't want to see that. At least if he lost to Brock, I'd be like, yeah, Brock's Brock, though. Cena is chronologically weaker than he was 10 years ago, and he already got bitched out by Brock 11 years ago, I should say. Of course, he would probably get bitched out now by Brock. And skunked out, for sure, like he was at SummerSlam 14. I wouldn't even be mad about it. And honestly, even though I'd want Cena to go over against Brock, I'd be like, how the hell did they... How is this realistic? there'd be a part of my brain to be like, how is this realistic the way they harebrain it? Like, the only person I accept Cena putting over in this last 4 months is Brock Lesnar, and I guess whoever they find to put him up against at Saturday night's main event, especially if the IC title's on him. Even though I don't think he should lose his retirement match, you go out on your back. But I kind of feel like him losing to Cody was kind of that. You can kind of argue like that was him going out on his back, and this is just the fun part of everything. But if he has the IC title, really, though? Should he lose it, though? Like, what's going to hurt? Like, is it really going to hurt the IC title for him to hold it and win it or retain it, his final match, and then walk away, and then they vacate it, then have them have a tournament? But the guy who beats John Cena would get such a big push if they win the IC title off of him. Yeah, no. What happened? Well, no, yeah, no. When he dropped the US title, he dropped it to Seth Rollins and then Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, they could do better this time if he does have the IC title. They could definitely do better this time. Corner for Portland. Cool. But because because every time he did drop to the mid card to win a title, it was the US title. He was on SmackDown coming up. That was the US title. He won that 3 times. When he dropped back to the mid card, he had a history with a US title. He won the US title again. Other than that, and then by the time that you could have conceivably had him win the IC title, he was part-time. And they chose to give him that 2-week WWE title reign instead of an IC title reign. But I'm not complaining about that. But either way, corner. Basically, he came up on a show with the US title. He was world champion for basically the better part of 10 years. And then by the time he dropped back down to the mid-card and won a title, it was the title he had history with. The title that he came up with. Instead of, and I think the IC title was on SmackDown. Well, no, there was no brand split at the time. Then there was a brand split, but that was after he was done with that US title run anyway. Basically. And then by the time he could have conceivably won the IC title, he was part-time in Hollywood. And they really probably didn't want to have a part-time IC champion because the Intercontinental title has always been known as the working man's title. It's always been known as that. So it would have been kind of weird even if John finally won it. And his part-time runs were more blink and you miss it. They were never like this, where it's still part-time, but John Cena, you could say, he's been there most of the year. And even then, he still had time off to do other things, but he hasn't had a sustained part-time run when he was part-time. It was like 2 months, Mania, maybe SummerSlam, and they chose to feud him with Baron Corbin, which was dumb as hell, but, you know, whatever. Seeley scored for Montreal. I know, we talked about the first half. Well, I think he's not playing because of injury, but honestly, yes. At least WWE era-wise. But yeah, we know Seeley scored unless he did it again. He's only scored, 40th minute. Yeah, we knew that. Good for him. 53rd minute. Yeah, but by the time they had him feud with John Cena, they made Corbin look like an idiot. And then they had him lose the Money in the Bank briefcase because of John Cena. And then John squashed him. They didn't really do him any favors. Let's just be real. They didn't really do Corbin any favors. No, they didn't really do that. Do I think Cena should have won that match, if I'm being real? No, he shouldn't have. Was I happy he did? Yes. That's my guy. But should he have won that match? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Just like the Nexus, he should have never won that match, but, you know. I can admit it now. He should have never won that match. Any of them, really. Any of the Nexus, SummerSlam 2010 for sure. He should have never won that. That was the nail in the coffin. But TLC dropping all the chairs on Wade Barrett after winning the match. I kind of find it funny though, you know, like Wade Barrett on commentary when John Cena ever comes out. Like he stands on business. He's like, that guy ruined my career, which, I mean, he's not wrong. He's seriously, Wade Barrett, even when John turned face, Wade Barrett is still a player hater when it comes to John Cena, which, frankly, I understand it completely. 45th minute. Acting like Bray Wyatt wasn't in Nexus. I mean, he was Husky Harris at the time, but... Oh, what a save by Gavrin! And that goes in! It goes in! And it's a goal! Ty Baribo scores the rebound. I feel like that's a bit harsh, but okay. Gavrin tried. I know we talked about the 70-yard field goal. Ay. That's just, come on now. Free kick over the top. I mean, our defender played it straight into the... And Baribo heads it in. Ay. Boom. And Rosted and... Damiani and Baribo jump on it. And... Okay. Ty Baribo scores the goal, and that's probably going to be the game. '56th minute. 2-0. And Maxime Dominguez is coming on for Coelho. Are they checking this? Looks like they're checking this. 1980s WWF was fantastic entertainment. Hogan, Popper, Orndorff, Iron Sheik, Cowboy Bob Orton, Steamboat, Don Morocco, and Macho Man. I've been watching reruns. I've done that before too. And we're going to VAR. This might not stand. I guess there was an offside on the free kick. The set piece. This might not stand. Let's see what the call is. Possible offside. I mean, they are offside before the ball's played. I mean, if you look at that right there, I think that is offside. I think it is. I mean, when the first ball's played in, there's definitely an offside there before the ball's kicked. I think it is all. I think it's just barely offside, but we'll see the call. Goalie touches it, so whatever Baribo is, I think this might be offside, but if it isn't, I wouldn't be shocked either. Offside. So it's still 1-0. We get away with that one. Offside. We get away with that one. It's 1-0. We get away with that one. Dominguez on for Coelho. We're still going to make the sub, though. So 2 number 10s. This might be a shit show. This is either going to be genius or be a shit show. Carlos Terán scored for Chicago. This either is genius or a shit show. Free kick for Toronto. I don't want Kyle Larin. Hell no. If Bryn Hildson sucks, what makes you think Kyle Larin? Like, seriously, though. What makes you think Kyle Larin would be any better than Bryn Hildson? Especially... No. 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 I am totally... Leave that shit alone. No. No. Playing forward. And the Steelers just had a good run, 51 seconds. Wait. 1-0 playing forward. Here comes Toronto. Top of the box. Shot save Andre Blake. You can't just lob it and hope it works. Not like that. I can tell you that much. One Soccer says Larin would fit in Toronto well. Let me tell you why they did that. They want more Canadians in the MLS. They don't know a damn thing. And Toronto's desperate for a striker, so sign a shit striker that isn't good anymore, who's Canadian. It's like they want us to suffer. 14-15. Oh. The Jaguars took a point lead, but the Steelers have the ball. Come on, Steelers. Come on. It's a preseason game. I still want the Steelers to win. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. And Kai Wagner thinks that tackle was all ball. Ball's crossed in. That's the shot. Free kick for Toronto. Kai Wagner thought he got all ball, but he didn't. Exactly. Over the top. Saved by Gavrin. Good. Roll the ball forward. Why was he hesitating? I agree with that. I hope he tries then. 63rd minute. Header. Oh, no, Ralsted, you idiot. You idiot! Advantage played. Okay, I was like, oh, here we go. Columbus might buy out Joel Waterman from Montreal. Had experience with Nancy. Good get for Columbus. Yeah, that's an amazing get. Like, Joel Waterman is an amazing center back. I think he's wonderful at MLS level. He's pretty good at national level. Wilfred Nancy is going to play him at his best because they know how he knows how to. He fits the system just like Camacho did, because Camacho played in Montreal with Nancy as well. Perfect. honestly. I don't see how that fails. I really don't. Yellow card, free kick. Prince Owusu's captain in Montreal today. Well, he's their best player for sure. Makes sense. Why did Donald Trump say how good Tua is as a quarterback? Because I guess Donald has as much CTE as Tua does. They probably have both the same amount of IQ points. Waterman is Canadian, yes. Playing forward, Larea. Plays it forward to Brent Hildson. Brent Hildson. Damn, he really wasted that, but we might have a chance here. Corbianu with a cross. Mihalovic headed away. Osorio. Petretta. Cross that's out for a corner. Corner. That's a free kick the other way. Free kick the other way. Just let him get it. Jesus Christ. Really, Petretta, you had to push him over? Just let him get to the ball. It was going out. All you had to do was let him get to it. He probably was going to knock it out by momentum. You ruined that, you idiot. Not smart. Over to Bar. Playing forward. Honestly, the network logo. The current one. Playing forward. I'd say my second favorite's the Golden Era logo. The block logo. I didn't really like the scratch that much. Logo. Uda and Ilyaski. Milan Ilyaski and Uda coming on for Philadelphia. For Damiani and I would presume Baribo. Yes. Playing forward. Oh, Lord. Rolstead makes another idiotic mistake. Crawls in. Good clearance. Not far enough, but enough to at least not be completely dangerous. Yet, 67th minute. Playing forward. Brynhildsen, that's out for a throw. '68th minute. '68th minute, throw in for Philly. Still 1-0. Toronto finds an answer. Headed away. Shot! Oh, save! And he throws it right back into the box. Gavron's been a little bit shaky tonight, I gotta say. Playing forward. Brynhildsen! Of course. Concussion, yes. Sean Johnson is in concussion protocol, which we haven't played for a week and a half. I don't know how the hell he picked it up. Probably practice. Of course he did. Playing forward. Donnarumma, Italy's #1 goalkeeper, is keen on a move to Old Trafford. Well, he just ruined his career. If he does that, he just ruined his career. Punched away. Dominguez, what? He tried to keep that alive. He probably should just let it go out. Headed away. Flores heads it further. Osorio loses the foot race. Mihailovic loses the second ball. I'm surprised we haven't allowed a second goal that actually counts yet. Wide. It's going to be out for a Toronto throw, I would presume. Yes. Probably does. You're not Zlatan. You're not Zlatan, kid. Hell no. You're not Zlatan, kid. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. You sure about that? Playing forward. You sure about that? 71st minute. Oh, Ura plays it through. And Gavron covers it good. Like, he just wants to get out of Paris at this point. Playing forward. Good steal. Here comes Corbianu. He still has it. Mihailovic. Cross saved. They tried. So close. Being sarcastic, brother. Brother. Well, I mean, I knew you were. I was just saying. Brother. Brother. 73rd minute. 73rd minute. Playing forward. '74th minute. I mean, Toronto hadn't been so bad besides the first 4 minutes. It's like I actually have hope for once. Bounces away, and is it going to go? Kept it alive. Hey, you know what? That was solid. 74th minute. I have a tinge of hope. It's not like I have a lot, but I have enough to sustain me. 75th minute. I have enough hope to sustain me. Either way. 75th minute. Let's look at the table. And New England's beaten DC. That doesn't surprise me at all. Uh-huh. 75th minute. Still where we sat going in. No matter what happens, we'd still be where we sat going in. But the question is, what's our point total? DeAndre Kerr is on, 75th minute. Henry is on as well. Dude's pressing like a maniac. I love it. So Jordy is still on, but we have Henry and DeAndre Kerr on as well. Dude's pressing like a maniac. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Malik Henry is pressing like a maniac. Shot wide. Dude's pressing like a maniac. I love it. I love it. I love it. 76th minute. Prediction for La Liga, the Premier League. La Liga, Barca first, Madrid second, Atletico third. Everything else doesn't matter. Prem, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa. Top 5. I think Brentford's going down in the Prem, though. I'll tell you that much right now. Cross in. Free kick for Toronto. Forest. 8th, but Europa League champions. And Gavron's down, hurt. And this game's getting a bit scrappy. I think Forest will win the Europa League, which will put them 8th or 9th. They're going to go deep into the Europa League. Because of no dropbacks. And I think they are a very solid team. But I think they're going to focus more on the Europa League. And I think they can go deep in it. That's going to knock them down a couple of places in the Prem. Unless the Prem is just shit overall. Like last year. And he kicked the ball to the gut of Gavron. He hit him in the breadbasket. Kicked the ball to his breadbasket after the play was over. Oh! That should not feel good. I wouldn't think so. Oh! And Larea's jersey is ripped. The back of his jersey is ripped. Lord. That's got to be definitely more than a freaking yellow card. Macania. Macania at least got a yellow card out of it. Yellow card. I feel like maybe they should check that on VAR, but like, did DeAndre get a yellow card too? Okay. Gavron goal kick. Gavron goal kick. I will say though, Malik Henry, dude presses like a maniac. I love it. The dude presses like a maniac. I love it. I love it. Amazing. That's what I like to see. He presses like a maniac. Dude's got an engine. Dude's got a V10 engine, you know. I respect it. The dude ain't got no GP2 engine. The dude is a freaking V10 engine. Respect. All gas. Not even a hybrid. All gas. All gas. Talk about those freaking Schumacher era Ferraris. That's what he is. Yeah. I respect it. Lovely. Lovely. Simply lovely. Simply lovely. I wonder what they're still checking. I guess they think somebody had a red card offense during the fight. Oh, Davey punched Sullivan. Davey punched Sullivan. Well, I think we know why now. Davey might be sent off for punching a dude. This ain't hockey, man. No, they're just going to make the sub, I think. Lukic is on for Philadelphia. Sealy balling out. I'm not surprised. He's a damn good player. Damn good. 82nd minute. No card. Good. I mean, yeah, protect your guys, but got a ball kicked to his freaking stomach. It's not like he got punched too. You know, like there's a difference. There's a difference. Jesus, the Steelers must be piling on. Huh. Respectable. 21-15 Steelers. 24 seconds left the third quarter. They're still playing. They still got a quarter to play. Henry. Dude's got a freaking V10 engine. Corner for Toronto. This kid Henry's got a V10 engine. I swear. This is, dude. If I was coaching, he'd be playing. Does he have a full first team contract, or is it just one of those short terms? If it's a full first team contract, if I was coaching, he's the exact type of player. I mean, well, Corbiano would play, but shot save. Oh, corner. I'd still have Corbiano play, but on the other side would be Henry and Kerr up front, Mihailovic at the 10, Coelho and Flores. That's what I would do as of now. Shit, he might be faster than Spicer. He might be. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe I'm saying that. Cross in. Shit, I guess they were like, well, he's faster than Spicer, and he's cheaper. Because Hernandez had a problem with the money that Spicer was commanding on his next deal. At least that's what he said. They didn't want to pay him 4 times what he was already getting paid. Seems to me, yes, if they just would let him play. But then again, knowing this club, they'll let him show his potential, then trade him 2 years later because that's what they do. I wouldn't trade him if I was the coach. I wouldn't trade him. I'd play him. If he goes to Europe, he goes to Europe. That's a different. I mean, within MLS, like they did Spicer, and like they did Achara, and like they did. The only one I don't remember with a lot of potential who didn't get traded was Endo. That's it. Nelson sort of roundabout did. They traded Jaquil. They traded Petrasso. They let Rothrock go. It wasn't a trade, but he's in MLS. They should have never done that, by the way. I told you how good Rothrock was, and what'd they do? They let him walk. And guess what? He showed up to be the player that I thought he was. It's like I knew. It's like I'm right every single time. It's like that meme of like how to be humble when you know you're right all the time. How to stay humble when you're always right about everything. I don't want that book. I'm going to tell you I'm right. I don't want that book. I'm going to tell you I'm right. Because I am. Because I am. I told y'all about Paul Rothrock. Seattle gets him, and look how good he plays with Seattle. I freaking told you. I told y'all about Jason Russell Rowe. They let him go. They let his rights go to Columbus. And look what he's doing. Shot, save. I told y'all. I told y'all. Well, good. That's the first time. I don't know. Spicer getting like 4 times the deal that he was already on, that might have been too much. Understandable. He still should have gotten paid at least a little bit of a raise instead of traded. But then again, that's questionable for sure. Corner, 87th minute. Corner for Wagner. Cross in. Headed away. But dude, But seriously, Mihailovic, he's been doing okay. I have YouTube TV, so I should be good. I should be good. Bedoya and Kevin Sullivan coming on for Philly. I should be good. But if I'm not, I'm retiring with John. I'm paying $30 for a direct-to-consumer service for just WWE pay-per-views. Where I only watch like half of them a year because of this damn team and the stuff I do. So it's not worth it. If I could get it free through YouTube TV, which most people say yes, but there's been people who say no, but I would think I would think whoever said the in the know guy that said it wasn't YouTube TV is wrong. I would hope so. We'll find out. But I have all the ESPN channels. I have ESPN Plus, which will still be alive even after this direct-to-consumer service starts. Well, what about Red Zone? Well, I feel like that's still going to be on YouTube TV. But even if it's not, I'm not buying $30 system for the channels I already have, plus Red Zone and WWE pay-per-views. I'm not doing it. Now, if they add the UFC pay-per-views for free, I'm still probably wouldn't, but, you know. But if YouTube TV counts and you could authenticate it and have it for free through YouTube TV, I'll have it. But if that doesn't count, I'm retiring with John. Now, if ESPN Direct-to-Consumer added F1 TV and UFC pay-per-views along with Red Zone and WWE, I might consider it if I had to pay for it. But ESPN's not keeping F1. At least it sounds like it. They said that about baseball, and guess what happened? They're trying to keep it. So, you know, they came back to the table. So, 90th minute. Like, you add F1 TV to it. If I had to pay, if YouTube TV counts, I'm good. But either way. 10 minutes of stoppage time. What? 1-0. We got 10 minutes of stoppage time. Okay. I'm not. No. I'll just stop watching wrestling. Or no, I'll watch New Japan. I'll watch old shit in New Japan before I watch AEW. Header! Goal! DeAndre Kerr ties the game! It's 1-1! What a header! Toronto's been going for that one, and there you go. 1-1. DeAndre Kerr. And we still have time to win it, or lose it for that matter. 1-1. We still have time to get a second or lose a second. Honestly, I agree. Cross in from Malik to Kerr. Boom. Malik Henry to DeAndre Kerr. Boom. Lovely. The two Ferraris. The two Michael Schumacher era Ferraris. '92nd minute. He's awesome, man. Like, geez, man. Oh, my. It didn't take me long. I thought he was good at TFC 2, but this kid's ready. Screw TFC 2. This dude's ready. This kid's ready. He's ready. He's ready. He might be better than Spicer. I can't believe I'm saying that. 10 minutes. That's all. Shit, he might be better than Spicer. Dude's faster. I can tell you that right now. Dude's faster already. Larea. Holy Lord. Are we going to reverse Tobias time, somebody? Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're going to reverse Tobias time them. Oh, my God. He's up on a full. Good. He's ready. Good. He's ready. Shot wide corner. He's ready. In my book, he's ready. Sadly, I'm not Robin Fraser, but, you know, if I was making the decisions, he's ready. Oh, my God. Corbianu, DeAndre, Henry, Mihailovic, Coelho Flores. Yes. Corner, 94th minute. Toronto is trying to get this all 3 points. Header out for a goal kick. They might still possibly lose this game. They could also still win it. My God, the energy this team has. This is the most positive. Well, for a while. This is the most positive I've been on this team for a while. That San Diego game was unexpected. Let's be real. Free kick for Philadelphia. This, they've actually had hope. And they've actually sort of delivered. If only they didn't allow that first goal. If only they didn't do that. They could still win this game, though. Free kick. Punched away. Oh, no. Okay, good. I was like, oh, shit. They almost ruined it. It's Toronto for you. 95th minute. 5.5 minutes to go because there's 10 minutes of stoppage time. Header. Rolstead made a drastic play, but it actually worked for once. That's rare. That's rare. I didn't expect Rolstead to actually make a dangerous play, and it actually worked. Goal kick. Halfway through stoppage time. 5 minutes to go. Let's go. Let's go. Mihailovic is off for Etienne. And Cozy Thompson is coming on. Mihailovic is off for Etienne, and Cozy Thompson is coming on for Raul Petretto. Okay, one of those are fine, but really we're putting on Etienne. I guess we're trying to screw him up with pace is the question here. Now we're just trying to screw him up with pace. I guess that's what it is. Dude, it's 5 minutes left. He already played 95 minutes. Why are we taking off Mihailovic? Throw in for Philly. That's just dumb. Like, okay. The Henry sub was genius. The Henry and Kerr subs were genius. That, on the other hand, 96th minute. I would have just kept Mihailovic on. It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. Playing forward. Playing forward. Nice. Henry chips it over the top. Here's DeAndre Kerr, but Glesnes is right there. But Henry is there as well. Smart. 97th minute. $97 of 100. Etienne Jr. Oso in through. Cross, nobody there. At least not right at the top of the box. It's out for a Toronto throw. 98th minute. 1-1. Out for a corner? Yes. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Now we agree on something. I agree. Corner for Oso. 6 corners to 5. 2 minutes to go. At least get the point. At least get the point. But if we could somehow steal 3, We could somehow steal 3. That would be crazy. If only we didn't allow that first goal because we let our whole defense go the opposite side of the pitch. Corner. Cross in. Header. Corner the other way. 1:30 to go. Don't let Tobias time happen. Just don't let Tobias time happen. The full way. There we go. We will tie our 2023 points record if we draw, and if we win, we'll be above 23 and 2012. Not like that means anything, but, you know, 1 minute to go. Cross in. Header. Less than a minute to go. Throw in for Toronto. So we're tied with our worst season ever on points with 9 games to go. We'll at least pick up one more point, right? If we hold on to this, right? We at least pick up one more point throughout the season, right? There's no way we won't. I didn't say anything crazy. I just said we'll pick up one more point, right? Cozy Thompson gets a yellow card. Gavron kicks it away with seconds to go. And we'll settle for a point. The referee calls it when she's supposed to. Any second now. Come on. Header. Pick it up, Gavron. He got it. All right. He got it. All right. That should do it. 22 points. Better not expected, and it's full time. We get a point. And frankly, they look pretty damn good. They look pretty damn good. They hold the hell on. Thank you, Henry. And thank you, DeAndre. With that being said, there's your record. 1-1. 1-1. We'll take it. Henry's man of the match. I agree. Honestly, I agree. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this on playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then the next time I see you after that will be Tuesday. So, but at least we have the review. With that being said, I'll take it. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.